And in this episode of the Happy Hustle Podcast, boy, do we have a doozy. We have on my friend, Mr. Joey Vaillancourt, and he is actually going to talk to us all about how to grow your impact and your income with influencer marketing and affiliate partnerships. We are going to be diving into this episode of the Happy Hustle Podcast. Do you want blissful balance in your personal and professional life? Great. What's up, guys? My name is Cary Jack, and I want to help you happy hustle a life you love, one full of passion, purpose, and positive impact. I'm a lifestyle entrepreneur, a professional model / actor, a digital marketing specialist, a podcast host, author, a biohacker, an eco-warrior, a martial artist, a hippie cowboy, and a humanitarian. My goal is to educate, inspire, and entertain you to live a life of passion, purpose, and positive impact. It is time to happy hustle your dream reality. Yee! All right, Mr. Joey Vaillancourt. Welcome to the Happy Hustle Podcast, my brother. I am super stoked to have you on the mic.
Absolutely, man. Happy to be here. Been looking forward to this for a long time.
Yeah, man. I mean, you and I are bros. We go way back. You're a happy hustler through and through. You're a lifestyle entrepreneur. You're the founder of Partner Up Profits, and you're the director of partnerships of BiOptimizers, a company that is very near and dear to my heart because you and BiOptimizers have been a part of the Happy Hustle since its inception by being a sponsor and an affiliate of the Happy Hustle and myself. And, you know, you have a lot going on, but really what I want to talk about today is influencer marketing and how you can really leverage influencer marketing to grow your business and your brand, and how you can create partnerships to really increase your impact. So I'm excited to dive into all this stuff, Joey. I mean, you have a lot of experience in this, in this world, actually generating over 9 figures, over $100 million in combined sales, working with over 2,500 affiliates and influencer partnerships. So we have a lot to talk about and some vast experience to withdraw from. But before we get into all that good stuff, Joey, what is something interesting about yourself that not too many people know?
Something interesting, I would say maybe 3 things. I used to play hockey and then thought I couldn't pound on enough weight to make the pros. So I sold myself short. That was also led into like my psyche in the future, of course, of like, I'm never giving up on anything else again. I released a country music album back in the day. Yeah. And I placed first in a pro fitness model competition where I was 3.5% body fat. And
damn.
Yeah, so that was some things people don't know. And, I would hope nobody Googles it. But if you Google me, you're going to see me in probably some shorts and a different avatar than you see today.
Wow. 3.5% body fat. That's insane. Like that is lean and shredded, man. Good for you. I don't think I've ever maybe I've got to like 5, maybe not. I don't know. But I know I've felt good. I've never really tested pro, but that's impressive stuff. The country music album. I know you played hockey. I know you're in Canada right now. But that's awesome, man. Super cool. Well, let's dive in. I always like to kick things off with the bang. Like, hit them right where, we can start with some value, some real, meat and potatoes for the happy hustlers. And I want to just first talk about partnership marketing, influencer marketing, and just what the heck it is.
Absolutely. So I'm here to deliver for you. You've been an amazing partner for BiOptimizers, so I'm here for your listeners today. Partnership marketing is anything that involves driving sales through key partnerships, whether that's affiliates, influencers, endorsements. It doesn't matter. It's all the same thing. And I come from a background of affiliate consulting. So essentially network affiliates promoting products through direct response funnels. And then I kind of like stumbled into affiliate marketing and influencer marketing, really. I have no background in it. I was an introvert who had a college degree in electronics. And all of a sudden, then I became in this world after basically failing at becoming a salesman of like fixed rate service contracts, door to door type of things. I never sold one thing. So that's an interesting background note. But if I can stumble my way into a 6, 7, 8 figure channel, I think anyone can. And the secret for me has been systems.
Wow. So, okay. That was a lot to unpack. I know this is second nature for you, but a lot of the happy hustlers are probably going, what the heck is Joey talking about? Like getting other people to promote your stuff and then paying them a royalty or a fee or a commission piece. Like break it down as if we're like a fifth grader. Just real nuts and bolts example of a successful partnership that you leveraged.
Yeah, so affiliate marketing is pretty simple. Typically, you're driving sales from partners that are going to be given a link. You give them a commission, it's performance-based. If you make money and they make money, it's a win-win. Perfect harmony, love those relationships. As you move into influencer marketing and paid endorsements, this is where it gets a little bit more of becomes a gamble, right? You're paying for something you don't know about the return, so it's a bit of a higher risk profile. And I always take people through, like if I'm talking with people and consulting and strategizing, it's what is your influencer investor profile or your partnership marketing profile? Are you willing to invest in people yet? Maybe you're not, that's okay. That could be a longer term thing. So if you're just starting in this, I would say start with rev share, commission based. It's easy. If they make a sale, you make money. If they don't, it's unfortunate, but you're not out either. So that's kind of the basis in a nutshell. Within influencer partnerships, there's a bunch of different branches. There's Instagram, TikTok. You could drive sales through Facebook endorsements, YouTube personalities, and of course, podcast. This is where we've sponsored shows and made a lot of money through doing so, as well as helped creators such as yourself and ambassadors of the brand also make a living and kind of spread their message.
Love that. So this is something I want all the happy hustlers to really think about. Now, initially you might think, I'm not utilizing influencer marketing. This doesn't maybe fit with my personal brand business per se. But I want you to think again, because there is a whole wide world of affiliates out there with your perfect target avatar, with your customer. And you can leverage their reach by either creating a rev share model or paying them for promotions or creating some type of win-win partnership where they can actually promote your product or service in exchange for commission. And this is something I love, partnership deals. I love, win-wins where everyone is eating. When you eat, Joey, I eat, it's like, that's like, we sit around the table, we just, break bread, get some wine. Like that's the deal. When you do a partnership right, like everyone eats. And that is something I want all the happy hustlers to really take stock of right now. Is like, think about your Dream 100. I know this is something we've talked about with Russell Brunson and my good buddy Dana Derricks actually wrote a book about it. Your Dream 100 right now could be your potential affiliate network. And by Dream 100, I mean the 100 people that have your perfect target avatar or are right now serving them in some capacity, right? So it's like, for me, the Happy Hustle, I had on my list John Lee Dumas, right? Who has a big podcast, Entrepreneurs on Fire. I know, Joey, you guys worked with them before. He serves a ton of entrepreneurs, millions of entrepreneurs to be exact, every single month with this podcast. That is also who I serve, entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs, people who want to achieve that blissful balance. So he and I created a win-win partnership deal, and I went on his show. He helped promote my book, made thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars together because he and I serve similar audiences. So this is what Joey and I are talking about, and this is how you can actually start to think about it for your brand and your business. And it's really like, I don't think enough people leverage this effectively, Joey. What would you say to someone who is on the fence about, trying, partnering up or utilizing affiliate marketing?
Yeah, there's a bit of a saying that I have, and it's always, you're one partnership away from changing your business tomorrow. Really treating this as one partnership at a time. But I think a lot of people are a little bit scared of, how do I get set up with affiliate marketing? Isn't that a scam? Is that an MLM thing? And it's not. It gets a bad rap, but there's actually reputable places you can go where it's basically a broker who's processing all these deals for you and taking a little commission for the work they're doing. But it's really easy to get set up with other networks. And, I can name drop a few. I don't have any affiliations, but, ClickBank is one you could work with. You could work with attribution-based softwares like Reversion. It's really easy to get this set up. And if you have a program or a course or you're selling anything and you're not leveraging affiliate marketing, you're wasting a lot of your efforts and focus on things you've already created that you can't leverage again through people promoting it. So it's a no-brainer, in my opinion, if you have a great message or a great course you want to share.
Yeah. I mean, you really are missing a huge opportunity if you're not using influencer marketing or affiliate partnerships effectively. And, I'm curious, how did you stumble your way into this 8-figure marketing channel and the system you use to do it? Because I know you have a lot of experience now, but you didn't start out that way, right? You built it over the years. How did you even get into it?
Yeah. So I come from a pretty extensive marketing and copywriting background. So I'd love to have a better story than this, but I was 28 years old before I had a cell phone. Okay. I'm just trying to paint a picture of who I was, right? So I'm turning up on 37 soon, but I didn't have a cell phone. So I was technologically inefficient. Okay. Yeah. And I wanted to be that way. I was on the opposite end of evolution. I wanted to listen to the radio. I didn't want to think about anything that's coming out. Really set my ways at an early age. Really crazy. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. And here's what happened is I was doing affiliate marketing. I brought a book of business to BiOptimizers when they brought me into the company. And I knew affiliate marketing. I got that. And it was like, okay, we're going to do this. What I ended up realizing is I was a great business developer in other channels. On channels, I mean, instead of just affiliates and direct response, which is essentially when you get emails from people and it's like, hey, try this product. That's what I considered direct response, or the affiliates that I was working with. And then I talked with Matt, our visionary CEO of BiOptimizers, and he's always got great ideas like every visionary does. And he's like, Joey, we're going to do podcast advertising. We're going to go all in. This is the next big thing. And this was like in 2017. And I was just like, cool, let's do it, Matt. So I walked away from that meeting and I'm like, I don't even know what a podcast really is. I have no idea what this is. I thought it was the guys at CB radios in their basement, conspiracy theorists. Not that bad, but you understand, I had no idea. And I was like, you know what? I don't care. I'm just going to make it work, because that's kind of the framework that I built on partnerships, which is a 4-phase framework that I go through in Partner Up Profits, which is the training course. I apply to anything, whether it's an influencer, whether it's a YouTube deal, whether it's an affiliate. And I just broke it down to the basic mechanics of what it took to go to the next level. And we did a lot of things wrong. We went after the wrong partners. We went after way too big of partners at the time. We didn't have conversions kind of mapped out. We didn't know what the pricing would be. We had no idea. We were just throwing stuff at the wall and see what stuck. It's kind of like spaghetti testing here.
Yep.
Ended up 6 months in, we landed a Goliath, unicorn, big whale, whatever you want to call them, through a bit of an automation series as well as manual outreach. And for those of you who don't know, you should always have a manual outreach system within an internal team, or whether it's your VAs managing it. But in addition to that, automations such as, there's a great little software, again, no affiliation, called Pitchbox. It automatically sends out emails for you, but you can do the same with some Bootstrapper type of mechanisms as well. And we got this deal, and I thought, great, we've made it. Matt said, if we get this guy, we're in the clear. And he did catapult us, but it developed a bit of an ego. I was like, yeah, we figured it all out. We're going to just keep doing this. And we ran into a lot of issues, but essentially that one relationship opened doors. And again, you're one partnership away from changing the business tomorrow. And this one did. It was all of a sudden we could say, hey, we were on this guy's show, or we had this person endorse us. And it was a legit, they bought into the product. It wasn't just they cashed a check and put their stamp of approval on it. They talked about it. We had episodes. And one of the great leverage points, if you are a personality-based company like yourself, Cary, is you can actually go and vouch for something with a person, as opposed to just somebody vouching on your behalf. And that's a secret to influencer partnerships, in my opinion. And that's why I also don't want to go down the rabbit hole, but it's not for everybody. Okay. Affiliate marketing, yes. Partnership marketing, yes. Influencer marketing is a bit of a different beast. So there are some things we can talk about as far as what the challenges are too.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's really important for everyone to note, you have a system behind the outreach, behind the partnership per se, because, I think the next question that a lot of people are probably really wondering is like, is this right for me and my business? Like, is affiliates and partnerships and influencer marketing right for my business? And I know you have a filter on how to know if it's right or not. Can you go through that for us?
Yeah. I think it's only fair for people to go through this process and understand it, because, hey, it's not because it's not for you that you're not a good person or your business isn't good. It's just different avenues for different people. First one I start with is an influencer investor profile. Similar to risk profiles, when you're working with financial advisors, you have maybe 3 tiers, okay? So low risk, medium risk, high risk. I look at the starter profile as the person who just wants to bootstrap it, doesn't have a lot of money to invest, wants to do performance-based deals. If that's you, cool, you're starter 1. Medium risk, you want to pay a little bit in ads, but you really want to run a bootstrap program where you're not paying as much. That's profile 2. Profile 3 is the cash king. The guy that's made it, has the program already, happening, it's rocking, and they want to scale it with better systems, as well as using agencies, which, again, agencies, if you're using those in the beginning, that's a fail, in my opinion. Very rarely will you be successful using an agency out of the gate. It's not to say agencies are bad, it's a bad combo. So for me, that's one thing. But the 3 big mistakes people make that I hear a lot, and it pains me to hear it because I would go through it. And the reason why Partner Up Profits was built,
I like that one too. Passion
I like
Up.
that. It is part of the passion. Is that I had so many people asking me questions. I was like, well, if I just design a little comprehensive course somebody could take, that could help them and alleviate us from never having that connection point. But the 3 big mistakes is chasing the big dogs. We did, but it wasn't the biggest dog out there. It wasn't like a Will Smith, Kardashian level, which again would have probably bankrupted us. So people think that if I get those people, if I get that one celebrity influencer that's going to change me, it might, but probability is that it could cripple you as well in terms of cash flow, conversions, and all these things that people don't consider. So don't be blinded by that. Second thing, vanity metrics. When you were dating, you're married now, Cary, so you don't have to worry about that, right? But it's not all about looks. It's not all about looks, man. A follower count is one thing. It's great. It's a great little trophy on the wall, but it's not the only thing. And if you are on the opposite end of this, you shouldn't be focused just on follower counts. So don't be really, fooled by that. And some people will leverage that in a sneaky way, whether it's intentional or not, it's different. And I'm not judging anybody. I'm just saying that not everyone does their homework. It's up to you to do your homework. You have to know how to vet these people. And the third one is really stopping too soon. Think about when you're doing Facebook advertising or you're doing Google ads. That's not my specialty, by the way, but I know from experience that we don't just do 1 ad or 2 ads or try an agency and give up. You have to know that this is a long-term approach, and probably even longer term than a Facebook advertising thing, but it can pay off with less effort later. Think of it as a garden, right? When we plant gardens, everything just doesn't come up the next day. It's seeds, it's watering, it's nurturing, it's taking care of things, understanding, doing it better next time. That's what partnership marketing is. So some people say, hey, I tried an agency. It doesn't work for us. And I'm like, well, does it though? Like, did you really try? You just tried one agency. And first off, you shouldn't have tried an agency. And then second, it's like, I tried 5 influencers and we ended up making $0. I'm like, well, you need to test for like at least 20, 30 influencers. You need to have a wide variety of a subset of data to make a decision, right? So don't stop too soon. If we had to stop after a few, bad tests, we would have never ended up here. And I'll say one thing, that Matt pushed me to have the abundance mentality of testing more so than I ever would have pushed myself. So I'm here to push everyone else to do the same thing. Before doing that, though, you need to have a framework. You need to have an understanding of what to look for and how to do this. And that's really what kind of I put together on the opposite end of this call is like, hey, where can I go to figure that kind of stuff out?
Yeah. I mean, those are great. Like, let me just recap those real quick for everyone. Like, these are the 3 biggest mistakes that most people make when they're going after affiliates or influencer marketing. 1, they chase the big dogs. And, yes, it's great to land a whale, no question. But there's also micro influencers and micro affiliates that could really add a huge boost to your business and to your products and your service sales. So start, there and then work your way up. The second, thing you mentioned was vanity metrics. I think that is a huge mistake that a lot of people make is they think, oh, this person, has a huge following. And then oftentimes it's just bots, which like there's a lot of accounts out there with bots. I'll be the first one to admit, I engaged a marketing company that quote unquote said they could organically grow my following and reach. I am still recovering from it with my accounts because what happens is the algorithm knows it's bots and then your engagement decreases. I had my team go back and unfollow and undo all the stuff that this marketing company did, but it was early on years ago and it still affected me. So I just think you have to do your real due diligence when it comes to who you're going to work with and make sure it's all legit. The third thing is that you mentioned is stopping too soon. I think this one, I always think of that, like there's this graphic that there's someone digging for a diamond and he's just he's just so close to the diamond and he's one axe swing away from busting through the dirt to get the diamond, and he turns back and oftentimes that's how close you are. You're so close to the diamond. Don't quit. Don't stop too soon. Test, don't guess, continue to pivot and iterate upon your ad spend and your ads and look at the data. But those are really good, man. I really appreciate that you have those big mistakes outlined. Just real quick, you mentioned the 3 different profiles. Just recap them real quick for everybody.
Yeah. So the 3 profiles is really just, and when I say investment, of course, you're not maybe paying anything out cash-wise. You're sharing, rev share, commission-based. Tier 1 is, again, the person just starting a new program. You don't have one influencer promoting you, but you want to get into it. Maybe you have affiliate marketing experience, maybe you don't. Doesn't matter. But you understand that you need to give a percentage. And I would always recommend, I have like 5 golden rules with influencers, but one of them is make it easy. Do coupon code attribution. There's a great software that integrates with Shopify, and you can even do custom code if you have a different processor, but definitely make it easy. Number 2 is the person who's got an existing program and wants to start to test. So maybe you've got some monthly promotions happening, you've got a good pool, good farm of influencers that are promoting, but you want to go to the next level. This is where you're going to also start to consider hybrid deals. I know we work on a hybrid deal ourselves, and it's wonderful. This is the perfect harmony, the lovely partnership that could exist. And this is what you want. You want the mutual buy-in from each side. Yep. I believe in you, you believe in me. I'm going to cut my rates and take a cut of your profit so that we can all share and eat at the same table you're talking about. So I love that, but you don't get there in the beginning if somebody doesn't know, like, or trust you. So you got to kind of pay to play sometimes, which I'll do if I believe in the partnership, which I kind of go through an extensive process on that. But the third one is you've made it. And I'm not saying, I should preface this, we haven't made it, but in BiOptimizers, we're not cash kings either, but we're willing to invest now. We're going to the next level with a few agencies. We're bringing on people to run systems at scale. We're willing to do the investment because we've seen the proof of concept. I wouldn't recommend, again, starting from a beginner and going right to a tier 3 or category 3 investor profile.
Yeah, those are awesome. I mean, really getting clear on what tier you're at right now. Are you in the Cash King? Are you just starting out where you're testing? Do you have affiliates? Like, this is important to identify, your risk tolerance and where you land, and then make decisions based on, that tier structure. And if this sounds a little complicated to you guys, fear not. Joey has something super awesome for the Happy Hustlers that he is giving you to actually just digest this stuff and learn how to basically get into this world of affiliates and influencer marketing most effectively with the learning curve shortened. Because, I always believe pay experts, shorten your learning curve, learn from people who have been there, done that. And Joey is the guy in this industry. He's been there, he's done that. Joey, tell us what you got for the Happy Hustlers today.
Yeah, thanks for the intro on that. I love it. It's always been my passion to help people overcome apathy as a personal passion. And in addition to that, leveling up in mindset to become an A player for if you're a company leader or you're just in a team that you have to drive sales for your boss or, your manager, etc. And I care about those people because that's my background. So I wanted to deliver a comprehensive approach and no BS. This is what we've tried. This is what's worked. And this is how you can bootstrap your way to an influencer program without recommending you go and start working with agency X or agency B, etc. So what you get in the Bootstrappers guide is it's 3 modules, over 2 hours of video content in addition to a PDF guide that takes you through all the common mistakes, common pitfalls, as well as the things to look out for, and build a successful program from the start and to map it out properly and just to understand, where do I start? Where do I go? How do I analyze deals? And what are deals? And what are tiers? And all these things that you need to know before going in. So I want to prep you, I want to protect you, and I want to give you the goods to allow you to move forward with confidence and waste less time and waste less money.
Yeah. Oh, that's huge. Waste less time, waste less money, learn the system from someone who's been there, done that. I mean, if you're like, I use the example in health, if you're looking to truly get to 3.5% body fat, you don't ask an obese person for insight, right? Like, that's not the way. You ask someone who's been there, who's done that, like Joey, who's got the diet, the nutrition, the exercise, everything dialed in. That is how you shortcut your learning curve and expedite your success. And I know the Happy Hustlers are all about that. And this is something, guys, I highly recommend. You can go to partnerupprofits.com and actually get the Bootstrappers guide for free, right, Joey? I mean,
yeah, it's free. There's going to be obviously advanced courses for people that are willing to take it, but this is absolutely free. It's just my gift. It's my way of alleviating my time. I'd love to have calls with people all the time. I can't. I'm fully committed to Bio, and it's such a great company. We're growing, but I also want to help people to come to me and deliver back to a community that's given so much to myself. So in addition to that, I got productivity things as well, but really the Bootstrappers guide, if you're looking to get into influencer marketing, this is the definitive guide you're going to need. And I put my heart and soul into it. And after doing it all, I was like, wow, that's a lot of content, but I think it over delivers, which is great. Always what I try to strive for.
Yeah. Over deliver, under promise.
I will say one thing too. What I always compare this to is crime solving. Imagine 200 years ago when you had no DNA, forensics, fingerprints, etc. That's what it was like maybe 10, 15 years ago when people could charge for vanity metric follower accounts. That's not the case anymore. So if you want the understanding of that back end of it, how to analyze deals effectively, that's really what my specialty is. I have to do this on a daily basis at scale. And if I didn't have a system to do it, I'd be lost and I'd just be in the ocean, like drowning. So yeah, this is really what helps. And I get this question a lot is, I've got this price. What do I do with it? Is this worth it or not? They have so many followers. And I'm like, there's so many other steps here. I wish I could deliver. And that's what I'm delivering in this course. Yeah.
I mean, you guys go check it out. It's you literally have nothing to lose, everything to gain. This is something that can truly boost your business. It can get you more customers that are targeted, that are warm leads. That's what I really love about influencer and affiliate marketing. You actually have someone who is bringing you warm leads, not cold traffic. A lot of agencies, when you're just paying to play with the ad spend game, you're getting cold traffic, which is far more less qualified leads. When you do affiliate marketing and you do influencer marketing effectively, you have someone who's recommended you and your product, your service, and they are actually helping you just build that trust because they have built that social equity with their tribe, right? So it's just something that can really blow up your business. It's got me fired up because I know I don't do it enough. I'll tell you straight up. I know, Joey, you and I have went through my affiliate program and I'm like, gosh, I need Joey's stuff even, to go back through this stuff again, because like it really is, there's levels to it. You can grow, you can scale a business with this system. You look at someone like BiOptimizers, which, Joey, just in terms of, BiOptimizers, just share, like, for people who have never heard of BiOptimizers, which would be very hard to make it this far because we have ads running for BiOptimizers in the show. But if they are curious, like BiOptimizers, what you guys offer and how you leverage affiliate marketing, just kind of give everyone just a little, insight as to that company and process.
Yeah, I'd love to. And I just took, we also have a company called Utopia. So I took my social stack today, Cary. I had Upbeat, Brain
No wonder you're firing.
Examiner.
I took Upbeat today too.
Yeah, man. I love the states I just got to get into with a light switch. So, but yeah, BiOptimizers, I mean, beyond just being an evolutionary path for me career-wise and growth-wise, We're the third fastest growing supplement company in the US as named by Inc. 5000 last year. So that's like a big accomplishment that we're all celebrating. We're on our way to hopefully becoming a $1 billion company one day. So as far as a financial, set point, that's awesome. But more importantly, we're changing lives and we're trying to fix people from suffering and help end physical suffering through digestive fixes, through supplementation, education, and we're also moving into brain optimization as well. So full spectrum BiOptimization. In addition to, we all want to live to like 100. We have this secret mission now. We want to be like part of the Century Club where you're past 100 and you're living in you're not declining in age. You're just, you're aging, you're becoming more beautiful, you're becoming more vibrant throughout the aging process, or at least trying to alleviate the decline as much as possible so that the end years, aren't what some people have to suffer through, right? So that's the bigger mission. That's what kind of holds us together. But in addition to that, I would say on a partnership level, if anybody's interested in that type of culture, that's what you're feeding into, as well as that's what you're partnering with at this point. And I would say, partners like yourself, Cary, like you have such a great message and mission that we're honored to be part of that. And we're able to partner with people who are long-term partners. This isn't like let's try them for 3 months and drop them. We've got partners that are going on 7 years.
Yeah.
That speaks volumes, in my opinion, based on, other companies. No judgment, just saying that we're in this it's really mission over margin, and partnerships over profit. It's not the inverse of that. I think we've all spent our time making money, making good decisions, bad decisions, and this led us to a harmonized approach of we're going to go after a bigger mission than just our personal needs.
Amen to that, brother. And I'm a testament of that. We've been working together 3 years, and even longer with my former biohacking company. We were, working together in some capacity. So it's like, that's why I love BiOptimizers. You hear mission over margin, which is just, that should be a book. You should trademark that if it's not already.
I think Wade did.
Oh, did he? Good. Wade's the man. I love Wade. Wade and Matt have been on the show. So if you guys do want to check out the co-founders of BiOptimizers, they've been on the show. You can look up, on caryjack.com on their podcasting page, Wade Lightheart and Matt Gallant. And we also had Mr. Nudes, who is the formulator and chief, scientist of all this crazy Utopia, brain stacks, which, shameless plug, this stuff's legit. The brain optimizing supplements that Joey's referencing, Utopia, and that I take and Joey takes, and a lot of high performing entrepreneurs, I don't take them to where it's a crutch. I use it as a boost. It's, maybe a couple days a week. I'll pop one if I know I have a stack of, podcast interviews or meetings. But this is all natural stuff. They're third party tested. They have all of these great ingredients. It's not pharmaceutical drugs that are just no offense to them, but yeah, we all know what's in those things. This is why I love BiOptimizers. They care about optimizing your body from the inside out, your gut digestion, your microbiome. A lot of people struggle with, digestive issues, and they just think it's okay, and they settle. And that's why I really think people have to tap into this higher level. If you want a happy hustle, a life that you truly love, both personally and professionally, you got to take care of your kingdom, which is, everything. And that's why, I'm aligned with BiOptimizers so greatly in their mission and their message. And you hear Joey, they care about who they work with, and they actually care about who they serve. And one thing I really love about BiOptimizers, I know we're just going off here, but they actually have a money back guarantee on all their stuff, which is crazy for a year. It's who does that? Who has a year money back guarantee? I mean, that's unheard of, isn't it, Joey?
And to be honest, refund rates are some of the lowest in the industry. And I honestly attest to the fact that people feel the products. I've been in the supplement game for a long time too. And the differentiator that we have, I think, over other companies is that we do our own formulations. We're not private labeling. We're not white labeling. And we're continuously revising our formulas to create better versions of products that people can feel. And you said something interesting. And the spectrum of health isn't just sick or not sick. There's a superhuman health you can achieve. And with products you can feel, products that actually work with ingredients that are quality and tested, you can actually achieve that. So I do encourage everyone, I'm not the guy to sell the scientific portion of this, but check out Wade and Matt. They're brilliant, and Mr. Newts as well. Cary's got all the podcasts lined up. Definitely check it out.
We'll link those up. Yeah, we'll link
Absolutely.
those up in the show notes, because this is something like you can go from sick to superhuman, or you can go from good to great, right? Like there's levels to the game, fam. You don't settle where you're at right now. And, you know, this is, again, I cannot stress this point enough. Like if you want to do influencer marketing, if you want to do affiliate marketing, if you want to have a great product or service or any type of business, it all starts with you, your cognitive performance, your physical ability, your emotional well-being. Like these components, you got to take care of yourself first. You got to do these things if you want to happy hustle at the highest level. So Joey, man, this is phenomenal stuff. Go ahead and just mention again where people can go to get, you know, that free, you know, Bootstrappers guide again.
Yeah, so partnerupprofits.com. It's going to be your one-stop shop to send your team members as well as yourself, if you're part of a team, to level up in everything partnership marketing related. But really, the Bootstrappers guide is going to be your first step if you want to get into influencer marketing and make sense of it. Okay, it's a free resource. There's lots of material. You're going to spend probably a week learning in there, and you can pick and choose whatever you want to kind of take in, you know, and kind of learn.
Real quick, did you know that 4 out of every 5 Americans are actually deficient in magnesium? And magnesium actually plays a ton of different roles inside the body. Specifically, it helps you to decrease the cortisol levels in your body. You know, those stress hormones? It helps you to actually build stronger bones. It helps you improve the sleep quality. So if you're not sleeping well, maybe you're deficient in magnesium. Also, it helps you promote healthy blood pressure. And that is why I take Magnesium Breakthrough by BiOptimizers. This stuff is legit. Let me tell you, it is packed with 7 different forms of magnesium in the proper ratios. And it really does make a difference. Like you can actually tell when you take it. A lot of supplements, you really can't tell a difference. But with Magnesium Breakthrough, you actually can tell. So the best part is you actually get the hookup. They're doing a Black Friday annual sale that is going to blow your socks off. You can go to bioptimizers.com/happy and save big on all of their different products. 25%, baby. That's huge. You can go to bioptimizers.com/happy to save big for their annual Black Friday sale. And I gotta say, my favorite part about BiOptimizers is they actually stand behind their stuff. They have a 365-day money-back guarantee on all of their products. So if you don't like it for whatever reason, send it back. But I'm almost sure you're gonna love it. So check it out, bioptimizers.com/happy. Now let's get back to this episode. Peace and love, y'all. Awesome. Love it. Partnerupprofits.com. Now, Joey, I do want to ask you a couple of my more traditional Happy Hustle questions.
Yeah, I'm excited.
These are the Happy Hustle hacks. So something that you do that maybe is a little unique, like a tip, a tool, a tactic in these couple different disciplines. And speaking of health, I always like to start here. What is something that you do in this realm that maybe is a little unique we can deem a Happy Hustle hack?
For health? Yeah. I honestly, I go back to systems, okay? And this isn't a plug for anything. I mean, it's a plug, of course, because I work for the company and I'm an investor and I love the products. But I would say for health-wise, it's just, I know exactly what day I'm going to have. And the reason for that is because I've got things systematized, lined up, starting in the beginning of the morning all the way throughout the day. I know if I have meetings coming up, I'm going to be doing a social stack, which is an Utopia customization of different nootropic combinations that allows me to tap into a social presence. If I have a focus day, I can turn on that light switch as well. So a little bit of a health/biohacking, hack, I would say, but really just, I don't have bad days anymore. And if I do have a bad beginning to the day, because maybe I did have bad sleep or something happened, I've got a kid, hey, sometimes I'm up all night. That happens. I can rely on this as being a crutch in a good way. It's not going to be something I'm addicted to. On the weekends, I take a little break from it. But they're not habit forming type of things. They're not drug related. But to me, that's been the biggest game changer. Honestly, the bio products themselves have changed. I don't have indigestion. I don't have bad gas unless, I'm doing a complete cheat day thing, but I can always up the math times, right?
Yeah. I took some yesterday.
Yeah,
with
man.
a big steak.
Having a light switch on your day, you can just turn it on and be on for that day has been extremely powerful.
Heck yeah. And I will say, shameless plug, if you guys want to get a discount on these brain optimizing supplements, you go to utopia.com/happy hustle, baby. All right. Now, Joey, I do want to ask you about money in terms of a happy hustle hack in this arena. You know, I look at money as a tool. It's a frequency, you know, it's an energy. It makes you more of who you truly are, right? But I'm curious, do you have like something that you do when it comes to money, maybe something you do to save or invest or spend wisely that you can share with the happy hustlers?
I've got probably a very small fundamental rule that I can share that everyone's heard.
Please.
Very simply, abundance over scarcity. That's been my number one rule. So I'll give you an example. You know, it's like I'm not going to be doing everything around my house. I have kind of a framework. Can I get someone else to do it? Yeah. Okay, cool. Do I like doing it? Yes or no. I don't like cleaning, so I might hire a cleaner if I can make more money with my time in that area. So I'm always looking for how I can make more money, not how I can save money. 80-20, you know, you have to save as well. I'm not the greatest investor, but I always focus on how can I drive forward with success. It leads me to more profits, leads me to more passion projects as well. And I know some people in my family, I love them, but they'll drive out of the way to save a few cents on gas. And I don't agree with that philosophy unless you love driving. So I'll give you another example. I love cutting the grass. I could pay someone to do that for me. I love it. I love getting on the mower and free flowing thought and just disconnecting for a little bit and being in nature. So That's a bit of a selfish thing that I do. I could outsource that as well, but abundance over scarcity.
Yeah, love that. Live in that abundance mentality. And it's you know, it's harder than, you know, you think initially, I feel like, to get over that hump. Like it's simple yet not easy to like live in that abundance, truly, because I find myself like, based on however you were raised, oftentimes whatever your beliefs were pre-programmed around money. Like I lived in scarcity growing up. My father and mother were very frugal. My father's very frugal. My mother, she was more abundant, but necessarily didn't like, you know, have it to be abundant with, you know. So it's like, you don't want to live in delusion when it comes to abundance, but you do want to not live in frugality and scarcity, because, you know, money loves to ebb and flow, and the more you make, the more you can give. And I always, you know, just remind myself of that abundance mentality, because it needs that constant reminder. So great takeaway there.
And you nailed it. You have to have the backing, right? You can't just be throwing money out the window. It does come back to you, but you have to be putting in the effort and moving forward. So if you're not doing that and just spending, be careful. That's a different thing.
Yep, exactly. Now let's talk about spirituality. I always like to ask, you know, do you have something that you do in this arena, maybe meditation or prayer or breath work or something, you know, that we could deem a happy hustle hack and share with the happy hustlers out there?
Yeah, I grew up Catholic as far as religion. I'm not a practicing Catholic anymore, but I think two things. I was talking to my wife because I vetted the episode before and I saw the questions. I'm like, these are awesome questions. And I was thinking to myself, what does religion mean to me? And I think anybody that believes in anything, I'm fine with, so long as it provides kindness to others and that you're taking the best of it and kind of avoiding the divide that it might create. Now, spirituality hack for myself, I don't do a lot of meditation because I just didn't find it useful for me. But what I have done is I've slowed down. In the morning, my favorite thing is getting up. I wake up my son. He comes in bed with us. We have bottle time. I look out the window. I look at the view. But I don't just look at it passively. I actively take it in. I also don't do gratitude journaling because I try to spend more time just moving slow and just observing, taking it in. If I'm at a supper, yeah, I might take a selfie here and there, but that's not the point of it. I really want to be there with my partner, my wife, and whatever I'm doing, I just want to be as much in the moment. And I try to just practice that gratitude and think about it as I'm in it, as opposed to just passively going through it. So that's my thing.
Yeah, I love that. Just being present in the moment, you know, gratitude. I love gratitude and just really like being grateful every day. I do the attitude of gratitude, you know, journal for myself, just like digging in to 5 to 10 things, but also just constant reminders. And I think it's just presence it's lacking now more so than ever. So I really love that you said that. Now, I do want to put you through the rapid fire round, Joey. And this is, you know, if you did vet the episode, you know, this is where you answer random things that I like to ask you, and you just answer honestly. First things that comes to mind. So are you ready?
I am ready. Let's do it.
All right. Favorite food, go.
In a restaurant, anything I'm not cooking at home. So sushi or just Wagyu steak type thing.
Yeah, amen. All right. Favorite book?
Oh, man. Work the System by Sam Carpenter. Changed my life.
Ooh. Favorite movie?
It's an old one, and I don't know why, but I just love Gladiator. It's like just a warm blanket every time I just, watch that movie. It puts me in a good feel.
Yeah, I love that movie too. Favorite workout?
These days, I'm not getting as, the hardcore 3.5% body fat workouts in like I used to. Anything that I'm active. So I'm playing hockey now. I'm out in nature. I'm in the grass doing push-ups. I love that movement aspect to it. So it's not really a workout, but just, how I take it in.
Yep. I worked out on the beach yesterday and I just
love it.
Something different about it. You got to love it. I like to ask best business advice.
Systems protect you and protect you from yourself and from others. All I can say is continue to look for systems and inefficient operational things in life and business. And you're going to continue to have more time, more success, and more freedom. And, ultimately be continuing the happy hustle.
Boom! Fire. Love that. What's your spirit animal, Joey?
I'd have to say a wolf. Yeah, I love wolves.
Right on. 3 things you're most grateful for.
Health, family, and opportunity.
And if you had one billboard for the world to see with your last piece of content on it, what's that billboard read, Joey?
It's more on the personal side. I would say, give yourself permission to think about change, be an inspiration for others, and constantly question everything.
Wow, that's a long billboard. I will say people are going to have to pull over in traffic to read it.
That's fine,
but
man.
It's worth it. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. But it's worth it. That's great, man. Mic drop on that. Joey, you are the man. I just want to take a moment to acknowledge you, brother, because truly, you are a happy hustler through and through. You're crushing it, both with your own business and with a company, which is rare to do. I know a lot of people they have one or the other, they have their own company or they have, someone that they work for and they're building with someone else's dream. And I love the fact that you have both and you do both at the highest level while showing up as a father, and a husband and a friend and someone that I truly look to for advice in this arena and call a brother in arms and really, I appreciate you, man. And I just want to let everyone know, Joey's the real deal. We've been bros for a long time. And I just want to say thank you for sharing your love and your light and your wisdom with the Happy Hustlers today, man.
Yeah, thank you. And right back at you. I've been, inspired by what you've been doing. Obviously, you've been an amazing partner for us and have led to new partnerships through your referrals. And I appreciate everyone listening today and kind of opening your worlds to what I had to say and what we have to teach on the back end.
Yeah, man. Well, and to that point, if someone does want to work with BiOptimizers, what's the best place for them to, contact or reach out and potentially explore that synergy?
Yeah, I would say, hit me up on Partner Up Profits. I've got a portal there for partnerships with BiOptimizers, but, you should be able to find us and you should be kind of checking us out after this episode as well. So Joey at BiOptimizers is an email. You can just send me a quick DM. And yeah, we hook up our partners. So if you're looking for partnerships, I'm your guy. We've got a great team to work with. Cary can vouch for us and would love to have you.
Love it. Joey, you are the man. Final call to action before I ask you the last question. What is it?
Call to action is go level yourself up, become an A player, learn influencer marketing. It's going to change the game for you and you won't regret it.
Last question. What does happy hustling mean to you, Joey?
Man, it's such a load. It's a big question, but I would say if I was taken from you, it's to celebrate the victories, pause in those journeys, and just continue to listen to your heart and follow through while also providing to the world and to yourself. Be fair and kind to yourself as well.
Ooh, love it. Mic drop. Joey Vaillancourt, y'all. Thanks for watching and listening. Appreciate you. Peace and love. We are out.